So we're in fall right now. I'm a little bit worried because winter is around the corner. And in this space that's now called DePIN, it's grown into something that I wasn't expecting. It first started off with an antenna upstairs in the window for helium. And then all of a sudden I got a sky camera and I had that out in the backyard on the deck. And then I got involved with WeatherXM, which is another device that I have outside. And then I got into GeoNet, Onokoi, Wingbits, XNet, and all these devices require antennas. I'm wondering if anybody's concerned about what's happening on my property because it doesn't look too good. I don't want to go up to my roof and do a permanent setup, and that's mostly because I'm planning on moving. So one of my solutions was to go over to Home Depot, and I found these cement blocks that have a hole for a pole. And in the same section, you can get fencing poles, and those fencing poles are anywhere from 7 feet to 10 feet. So I've been picking those up and I've been putting them on the side of my shed and just slapping antennas on them. It's evolved into something that's a little bit grotesque. Some antennas have actually fallen off because of high winds. I don't have anything behind my house, so it's a lot of open space and the breeze can really come through. So right now what I'm planning on doing is securing everything properly. I also bought some arms that I can attach to the pole so I can keep everything in a condensed space while still getting pretty good visibility of the sky in the area around. And one of the key things that I want to do is ask you what you think about what I can do to prepare myself for the winter. I'm just outside of Toronto. It does get cold, not like crazy Canadian cold, but it does get pretty cold over here. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm a complete amateur at this. So I'd like your feedback and hopefully you can give me some good input. So what I'll do right now is I'm going to take you out to the shed. I'll show you what I started with and where I am right now. And then I want to evolve into something where I can get it winterized properly. It does get pretty cold here. So this is my backyard and I have the shed over here in the corner and it's against the fence. Inside my shed, it's just a bunch of old gardening tools. I have my snowblower and just some random things that I really need to get out. Definitely what I have to do is clear everything out so I can start getting a little bit more organized. The best place to probably start is just get everything out of my shed. So I'm going to start with the snowblower. I'm going to pull that out and then I'm going to also get rid of all the gardening tools and anything else that's just lying around and try to have basically an empty space in here. And then the next part is also just get these poles organized. I have a bunch of different antennas and what I'm trying to do is minimize the amount of space that it's taking up. So what I did do is I picked up these arms that I got from Amazon and it allows me to extend out a little bit further and then I can just throw another antenna on top of it. In this case, it's going to be Onokoi. And so I can pretty much put about 4 or 5 different miners on one pole. So on this pole number 1, I have a few things here. I have the Onokoi antenna set up on the arm. Then I also have the Fry weather miner and I have a Wimbix antenna. And then a little bit further down on this pole, I have my Fry outdoor camera. So that is just mounted on. It's strapped onto the pole. It's in there pretty secure. And I also have space to possibly add some more. With pole number 2, I have another weather miner. That's WeatherXM. My GeoNet antenna's in here. I have an outdoor access point and I have my helium antenna also mounted on here. It's not very good. I'm going to have to bring that up a little bit higher. Connectivity for my DePIN shed is going to be using Starlink service. I have a Ubiquiti switch that's installed inside that's going to allow me to segment the network just for these devices. Next up, with everything outside somewhat organized, I can go ahead and clear up the inside. And a lot of it has to do with cable management, which I don't have figured out yet. But I really just want to get everything off the floor for now. And then next up, what I want to do is figure out how I'm going to wrap everything up for winter. So everything's now cleared up. I got most of my furniture back in the shed, stacked up over here on the side. And then over here on the left-hand side, I got my DePIN hardware set up. On the bottom shelf is my Starlink modem. Next shelf up, I have my helium miner, which is mining crank as well, Wingbits, GeoNet, and I also have Onokoi. And then up here I have my Unify Express router that is allowing me to connect to this switch, which I have other devices connect to it, including my XNet PoE adapter, which is over here on the left hand side. And up here at the very top I have my solar panel, which is connected to the Fry air quality miner. Cabling is up next, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be zip tying all these down. Once I make sure I have all the cables in place, I still have a few more items that I need to attach outside. Okay, so that's it. That's the current status right now of my DePIN shed. I still need to do a little bit more work in terms of organizing it because I have a lot of furniture that still has to go in there, and then keep everything to the side and hopefully get these things wrapped up for the winter. If you can let me know what you think about weatherproofing these devices so humidity and other things don't affect their performance. I have one box, which is this one right over here, that I'm planning on putting a few devices in. I might be picking up a couple more like that, but I'm really worried about moisture and super cold weather, it freezing. And I think that's going to have a major impact if I don't take care of that right now. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. And I'll be updating you in about a month when I'm ready to get things ready for the winter. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.